Hello, friends. My name is Charlie, and today's practice is a flow like water practice. We're going to focus on the water element, tapping into our emotions, creativity, and self expression. When we have an imbalance in this element, we can have feelings of being overwhelmed. We can have blockages in our creativity and even our relationships. So I invite you today to take this practice nice and slow, as if to imagine you are flowing through water. And I want you to meet me where you're at today, making adjustments as needed. And if you know a posture is not right in your body, please find a resting pose and meet me when you are ready. I do invite you to bring a blanket or some blocks to this practice for adjustments. And I will meet you on the mat in a child's pose. Welcome, guys. We're going to start in a child's pose. You can keep the knees together or take them out wide if you would like. We're going to be here for a couple minutes, so you may want to take your blanket or a block. I like to put mine right here so I can kind of rest myself up a little bit, lift the hips up a little bit. As we slowly crawl our hands forward and come into our child's pose. Taking a moment here to settle in. You may take the elbows out a little bit wider on this variation. If you need a little more space, you can also take a block to the forehead. Maybe rubbing the forehead a little side to side. Settling into this practice today. Taking a nice breath in and out. Now would be a great time to set an intention for this practice. Maybe it's the first thing that comes in your head. Noticing how the body feels today. Deep breath in and out. We're going to get a little movement in the body in just a second, just taking this time to slow down. Notice if any thoughts are coming into your head. No right or wrong, just notice. One last breath here. We come up into a tabletop position. We're going to keep the knees out wide as we thread the needle, planting that left palm, reaching the right hand to the sky. Breath in and exhale. Bring the right arm under the left. Rest your head on the mat. That feels good. Take one breath here. And on your inhale, reach the right hand to the sky. And exhale. Thread the needle. I'm going to do this a few times. Bringing that movement in, warming up the body. Do one more. Back to our tabletop position. Planting that right palm as we bring the left hand up. And exhale down and through the right arm. Resting the head on the mat if it feels good. Take one breath in. On your inhale, reach the left hand up and exhale down and through. Exhale down and through. One more here. Really reach. We'll bring it back into our tabletop position, bringing the knees underneath the hips and the hands directly underneath the wrist. The wrists underneath the shoulders. Noticing how this feels. Feeling that nice, strong core connection here. And we'll even test this a little bit by maybe lifting the knees just for a second. And exhale, releasing. Now we're going to move it into a little cat-cow. Inhale, dropping the belly. And exhale, rounding through the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round through. And take this on your own now, following your breath. You might run off the railroad tracks here and just kind of maybe looking past your left arm or your right arm. Maybe tick-tocking the hips a little left to right. Noticing any places you might feel sore or stuck. One more time here. Inhale in. And exhale out. Now we're going to bring it back into that tabletop position. Feeling that foundation here. You may even lift the knees for one breath one more time. Exhale, release. We're going to bring the right leg out. Come up onto the toes, maybe rocking a little back, a little forth. Feeling it out. Stretching through that leg. And on an inhale, we're going to lift the right leg up. And then when you're ready, lift the left hand out. Strong foundation here. Engage your core. Make sure you're not locking through the knee or the elbow. One more breath here. Exhale, release. And take it to the other side, bringing that left leg out, rocking a little back and forth, stretching through that leg. And then we'll lift that left leg up. When you're ready, we'll lift the right hand out. Deep breath here. Exhale, release. We're going to take it onto the other side, taking that right leg out, lifting the left hand up. I'm going to take 2 breaths this time. And exhale, release. We're going to take it onto the other side. This is the last round. Inhale, lift that left leg up. When you're ready, lift the right hand out. 2 breaths here. 1 more, you got it. Exhale, release. Bring it back to this tabletop position. Taking the hips a little side to side, maybe front and back. Noticing how your body's feeling. And then we're going to take it into a puppy posture. Dropping the hands or the elbows where the hands are. Walking the knees back. Bringing the forehead to the mat if it feels good. Then we stretch. Maybe rocking the forehead a little side to side. Again, if you need more space, you can always bring the block to the forehead. Just notice what's right for your body today. It'll always be different. It won't be the same tomorrow. It won't be the same as yesterday. One more breath here. And exhale, we'll come back into that tabletop position. Now we're going to take the left foot back. Again, we're going to stretch through the leg here, a little back and forth. And then we'll bring it up and in. Planting that left foot, maybe coming onto the fingertips if that feels good. Taking that right knee back, that's in your body. Feel this out. Left knee over left ankle. On an inhale, we'll reach the hands up high. One more breath here. Really stretch. And exhale, we're going to take it to the left side. Hands go out long. Turning to your left side. Inhale in. And exhale, we'll bring it back. We're going to come onto the fingertips again. We're going to bring these blocks into play if you have them. And we're going to bring that heel to the mat. Flex the left toes towards the face. If you didn't have blocks, you would just bring your fingertips or your hands to the mat. But I like this. This is really nice having these blocks. Helps lift the earth up to you. One more breath here. Exhale, we'll bring it back. Plant those palms. We're going to take the left leg back. And we're going to bring it onto the other side. Taking the right foot out, giving it a little stretch, rocking back and forth. When you're ready, we'll bring it up and in. Plant that right foot onto the fingertips if it feels good. Right knee is over right ankle. And you can always walk it back if you need to. Now really engage that core as you inhale, lift the hands up high. Reaching towards the sky. Maybe looking up if that feels good. Just be careful not to crunch in the back of the neck. One more breath. And then on an exhale, we're going to take it to the right side. Taking the arms out, the hands out long. One more breath here. And exhale, we'll bring it back. Coming onto the fingertips. Maybe bringing your blocks in. You're going to plant that right heel and flex the toes towards the face. Keeping a generous bend in that knee. Noticing how this side feels different. One more breath here. Exhale, release. Gonna plant the palms. And take that right foot back to this tabletop position. Taking the hips a little side to side, maybe a little front and back. All right. Now we're gonna take the right leg out and come on to that. Come on to that foot, grounding down through the right foot. We're going to bring the left leg towards the side, the left foot towards the side of your mat, making sure that that knee is underneath your hip point. We're going to plant the left palm, making sure that the left wrist is under the left shoulder. Maybe coming onto the fingertips here. Collect your center, really engage through your core, lifting up and out of that right or the left arm. And on an inhale, we'll lift the right hand up. Make sure you're not dumping into your neck here. It's nice and straight. Like I said, again, lifting up and out of that right or that left arm, lifting the right hands up. Take one more breath here. And on an exhale, we're going to bring the right hands down to come up. One more breath here. And exhale, release. And we're going to take it to the other side. I'm going to turn here so you can see. Taking that left leg out, planting the foot on the mat. Taking that right leg, making sure that the knee is in line with the right hip. I'm going to plant through that right palm, coming up and out of that shoulder. As we inhale, reach the hands up. Noticing how this feels. A little shake, a little wobble, all is well. Inhale in. And on exhale, we're going to take those left hand down to come up. One more breath here. And we'll bring it back. Now we're going to bring the knees together and we're going to bring it into a child's pose. Taking the hands out, or if it feels good, taking them to the back of the mat, palms face up. Just resting here. Take a moment here to scan the body. How does it feel? Is there any places that are sore? Any places that feel stuck? Any places that feel great? Just notice. Take 5 more breaths here. Follow. One more breath here. Exhale, we'll come back into that tabletop position. We're going to take the hands as wide as the yoga mat, pressing into all 10 fingertips as we slowly curl the toes and bring it into a downward facing dog. Taking our dog for a walk here. Shouldn't have said that. Pete might hear me. All right. Noticing what it feels like today to be in this posture. Do you feel a little stuck? Feel a little tight? All right, and when you're ready, we're going to plant through that left foot. Lift the right leg up high. Bringing it to a point. Point your toes. And exhale, bring it up and into a runner's lunge. And take a moment here, making sure your right knee is over your right ankle. Coming up onto the fingertips, engaging that core. Finding a good foundation for you today. Another inhale. Bring the hands up high. One breath in. Bring the hands up. And then on an exhale, we're going to come to cactus arms. Bring the elbows down and the chest forward. One more breath in. And on an exhale, cactus arms. One more time. Inhale, reach towards the sky. And on an exhale, we're going to come into a warrior 2. Again, making sure that that right knee is over the right ankle. You can still see your big toe. We're going to bring that foot in. We're going to plant through the left side, or whatever feels best in your body, making sure we're not locking through this left knee. Maybe we walk that right foot out just a little bit, making sure we're not on a tight rope here. So we feel stable in this posture. We're going to take the hands out, look past the right fingertips. One more breath here. As we exhale, we were going to lean forward. Bring the right hand forward. As we exhale, we're going to bring left hands back to the left thigh. As we inhale, we'll lift the right hands up towards the sky. Inhale in, and on an exhale, we're going to bring the right elbow to the right knee, but we're not going to dump our weight in here. We're going to lift up and out of it. Think about stretching through those ribs, lifting the ribs up. We're going to bring the left hand down to come up as we stretch for our extended side angle. One more breath here. We're going to come back into our warrior two, and then we're going to cartwheel it down to our lunge. Now we're going to plant the palms, bring the right foot back. We're going to chaturanga here, so we're going to rock back and forth. And on your next exhale, we'll drop it down to the belly. And on an inhale, we'll come into a baby cobra. On an exhale, we'll come down, bring it back into that downward facing dog. Taking a moment here to pedal it out. Noticing how it feels. We're going to inhale, lift the left leg up high, point through the toes, and on an exhale, we'll bring it up and in. Now in our runner's lunge, coming up onto the fingertips. Engage through that core as you inhale, lift the hands up high. Maybe you have a little shake, a little prana going on. Isn't that great? What a day to be alive. Inhale, lift the hands up high. On an exhale, cactus arms, dropping those elbows down, shoulders down, chest forward. Inhale, hands up high. And one more time, you got this. Inhale, hands up high. As you exhale, we'll come into our warrior two. Again, taking a moment here to notice what this feels like on this side. Making sure left knee is over your left ankle. Strong and steady foundation as we lift the hands out. Looking past our left fingers. One breath here. As we inhale, bring the left hands forward, up and back. For the reverse warrior. One more breath here. On an exhale, bring the left elbow to the left knee. Bringing the right hands down to come up into our extended side angle. One breath here as we bring it up into our warrior two. And then we will cartwheel it down into our runner's lunge. Rocking forward and back one more time. Then we're going to bring the right leg up to meet the left. Coming into a forward fold here. Feet can be hip width apart or together, your choice. Bending those knees generously. Maybe walking the fingertips to the right and to the left. Maybe clasping your elbows and rocking a little side to side. Stretching it out. And on an inhale, we're going to lift halfway. And on an exhale, we're going to bring it down. One more time, inhale halfway. Could be to the shins, to the thighs. You take airplane arms if it feels good. And on an exhale, we'll bring it back down. One more time, change it up. Inhale. And then exhale, release. On the next inhale, we're going to reach towards the sky. One more breath here. We're going to grab the right wrist with the left hand. Coming into a side body stretch. So we're going to take the hands over to the left. One breath here. And we're going to take it to the right, grabbing that left wrist with the right hand. Bringing it over towards the right. One breath here, and we're going to take it to the other side, grabbing the right wrist to the right side. Again, to the right side. Inhale, lift the hands up high. And on an exhale, we're going to come into chair pose. Sinking down in the hips, knees are over the ankles. Lifting the hands out. Check your foundation, maybe lift your toes. Balancing here. Make sure your shoulders are down and away from the ears. One more breath here. And then just for a second, we're going to come up onto the toes. Just for a second here, one breath in. You got it, you got it. Just one more. And exhale, release. Take one more breath, reaching the hands up high. And on an exhale, we're going to come into Malasana, taking the hands down, taking the feet out. Here, I'm going to turn towards the camera so you can see me. We're going to feel this out here. We're going to go a little side to side, stretching it out. Noticing how this feels in your body. Not forgetting about the breath. What are you doing, Pete? When you feel like you've stretched it out, I highly suggest grabbing your block, using it to rest on, especially if you're new to this posture, or honestly, anyone. This is a tough one. We're going to bring the elbows out, bringing the hands at the heart, lengthening through the spine. Deep breath in. Exhale through the mouth. One more breath. Let something go. Bring the hands back down. Then stretch a little right to left. And then we'll slowly come onto our bum. Taking the legs to one side. Coming back up to that tabletop position. Doing one more cat-cow here. Wrists underneath the shoulders, knees directly underneath the hips. As you inhale, drop the belly, look forward. And exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round through the spine. Inhale, drop the belly. Exhale, round through the spine. Take it from here. We'll do 2 more breaths. Back to that tabletop position. We're going to drop the elbows where the hands were. We're going to come onto our bellies here for Sphinx pose. May rock the hips a little side to side. And we're going to plant the palms and look forward. Careful not to crunch in the back of the neck. And then we're going to so subtly pull those elbows back just a tiny little bit. Very subtle movement here. Inhale. Engage through the lower abs. One more breath here. Just such a small move, but such a big action. Exhale, release. We're going to take the elbows to the side. Rest our head and our hands here. It's all cool down from here. So take a moment to take a nice deep breath. Signaling the body that we're slowing it down. signaling the brain that the hard work is done. Last breath here, inhale, exhale. Now we're going to take the left knee up into a half frog or a full frog. It's up to you. You can bring the knee all the way up to 90-degree angle, or you can leave it down by the calf. Rest your right ear on your hands, turning towards the left side of the mat. Breathe deep here. Just soaking in this posture. If this doesn't feel comfortable in your body, you can totally do this on your back. One more breath here. And exhale, we'll bring it back in, and then we'll turn it to the other side. Bringing that right knee up, turning towards the right side of your mat. Nice, smooth inhale in and exhale. One more inhale in. And exhale, we'll release it. We'll bring the palms underneath the shoulders as we lift up and come to set on our heels. If that's not super comfortable for you, or you need a little space, grab that block. Bring it up underneath the hips. Help lift you up. We're going to take the hands to the thighs and palms face up. Letting the blood rush the other way, as I like to say. Maybe you would like to do a mudra at this time. I'm going to bring the thumb and the pinky finger together. Lengthen through the spine. Just breathing here, noticing what this feels like in your body and your mind. They're all connected. One more breath here. Release the mudra. We'll come onto the fingertips. We're going to flip the toes for a quick toe stretch as we come back into that seated posture for just one breath. On an exhale, we're going to turn the legs to one side, bring the legs out long. Maybe recenter yourself on the mat if need be. We're going to lengthen through the spine here, bring those shoulders down and back. We're going to bring the right leg up, or left leg up, sorry. We're going to hook the right arm around the knee, if that's where you would like. I'll cue more options here in a second. We'll flex those right toes towards the face, bringing that left hand back, maybe to the palm or the fingertips. Again, we'll lengthen through the spine, and on an exhale, we'll look past that left shoulder. And if you're looking for a little bit deeper stretch, you can take the right hand up high and bring it up and around that left knee. Taking 2 more breaths here. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, and on an exhale, look past your left shoulder. Lengthen through the spine, and exhale, look past that left shoulder. And then we'll release it, and we'll take it to the other side. Bringing that right knee in, planting that right palm. Start here, just kind of hugging it in, flexing the left toes towards the face. And then we'll hug the left arm around that right knee, bringing the right hands behind you. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. And on an exhale, look past the right shoulder. And then we'll release it. Bring both legs out long. Lengthening through the spine, bending the knees as generously as needed. As we inhale, lift the hands up high. And exhale, we'll fold. Either grabbing the heels, maybe it's the ankles or the shins. Whatever feels best in your body as you rest the head down. Breathing into the back of the heart space here. Don't forget the breath here. Nice smooth inhale in and exhale out. On our last breath here, we're going to take smooth inhale in, and on the exhale, we're going to exhale out of the mouth. Really let it go. Then we're going to bring it back up. We're going to come into a bound angle pose. Now would be a great time to pull that blanket out. And if you do pull the blanket out, come right onto the edge here, close enough to where you can feel the legs get heavy. You can feel them have lots of space to get heavy. Inhale, lengthen through the spine. Maybe the hands come to the ankles or the toes. On an inhale, lift the chest forward. And on an exhale, we're going to fold. Bring the elbows right to left. Maybe wrapping the fingers around the feet. Maybe taking a moment here to wiggle each toe with your fingers. Maybe rubbing the feet, rubbing the arches or the heels. Maybe the ankles. And exhale, relax. One more breath here. And then we'll bring it back up. Now we're going to come onto our backs here. Taking a moment to get settled in. Planting through the feet, lifting the knees up. Maybe again, taking that blanket and bringing it underneath your head. We're either going to take the arms out long or we can come to that cactus arm. Bring the shoulder blades down and back. Maybe lifting up the pelvis, lengthening through the spine. When you're ready, we'll take the legs to the left side. Looking past the right shoulder if that feels right. On an inhale, we're going to lift the knees back up. And we're just going to roll it right onto the right side. Looking to the left. And now we'll bring the knees back up. We're going to take it to the other side again. Inhale, knees back up and back to the right. We're going to bring the knees back up. Bring the arms down. And we are going to come into Savasana. Bring the legs out long. Highly suggest maybe a pillow under the head. You can grab those blocks if you have them, or a blanket and take them underneath the knees. Really just relaxing everything here. Taking the hands out. We're going to start with a body scan. So we'll start at the toes. And then scan through the feet. Noticing how it feels. Up through the calves. the knees, the thighs. Notice if you have any shake or prana still going on, or you're still a little tight, a little sore. Scanning through the hips, the lower abdominals, the ribs, the heart space, the arms, forearms. Notice if you have anywhere that you're still gripping or tightening, just take a moment here to let it go. Through the wrists, through the hands, fingertips, the neck, spine, the head, third eye. As we dive into this Savasana, come back to that intention if you set one at the beginning of this practice. What did it look like? What did it feel like? Maybe you repeat it out loud now. I'm going to take a moment here. I have a poem to read. It follows along with the water element we invoked earlier with our mudra. Stand in a river and the water keeps moving by. Swim and you can never catch it. But set in a boat and you are carried by it. The question then is how to grow a boat. By calming your mind, by awakening your heart. Move too fast and you start to sink. Slow your life and you are carried. It's by Mark Nepo. It's about navigating life's currents and finding your inner calm. I feel like that's a very important part of life. Are you fighting the current? Are you in a boat, letting the current carry you? Just a little food for thought. Now keep a couple minutes of silence here. All right, guys. Friends, let's take a moment here to bring movement back into the body. Start by wiggling the toes, wiggling the fingertips, maybe rolling through the ankles and the wrists. When you're ready, slowly come onto one side, coming into a fetal position here, taking a breath or two. And when you're ready, meet me in a comfortable seat. It's such an honor to be here with you today. Let's bring the hands to the heart. And take one more breath in here together. Lengthening through the spine. And on an exhale, we'll bow the head. The light in me honors the beautiful light in you. Namaste.